Welcome to my channel, mother suckers. It's your girl, I am Eloho. Hey. What? I look different? What do you mean? It's me. Hi. What? If you love unicorns, if you love black girl magic, if you love the looks, the facts, and the tea, then you'll love my channel. You can go ahead and subscribe, hit the like button, and it's over. Okay, in all honesty, I forgot to film my intro, so this is what y'all gonna get. At least I made an effort. At least I'm creative, like... Okay, so this video is gonna be a get ready with me. We're gonna do some girl chat. We're gonna do some skincare and some makeup. So stay tuned for the rest of the video. Okay guys, so as you know, skincare is the first step in any makeup routine. Like, your skin just gots to be as popping as it can be. Keep in mind, unicorns, that nobody is perfect. Nobody is completely quote-unquote flawless. Your flaws actually make you perfect. You know, there's always room for improvement, but don't beat yourself up if your skin does not look as flawless as the next chick. Okay, you don't know how much work and effort and energy and shmoney she puts into her skin looking the way it does. But honestly, ironically, sometimes the people that have the most perfect skin, it's like, what's your skincare routine? Oh, I sleep in my makeup. Like, see, I don't know that life. That's not my life. You guys know already that I rock with this Teami Blends Detox Mask. I showed y'all this mask a few times already because I really do use it. I really do like it. This is a really good product that you guys can implement into your weekly skincare routine, and you will see some really good results. So you get 4 ounces of detox goodness and this cute panda headband that I just have to wear this every time. I just be like, okay, before I use my mask, I'm like, time out. Where's my panda ears? So just a little bit about the brand. They're all about providing a healthy lifestyle from the inside out. So they do provide skincare as well as detox tea. Girl, summer is quickly approaching. Get your likes. I want to see y'all on the beach. I want to see y'all. I don't want to see no cover-ups. I don't care. Let me see them stretch marks. I don't want to see no cover-ups. I said what I said. It smells like lemon botanicals. Yeah, you can use this mask 2 to 3 times a week. However, I personally always see instant results. So... And if you are someone who does wear makeup on a daily basis, girl, you need to hurry up and get this mask. Some of my skincare concerns is definitely breakouts. I do have, my skin is prone to breakouts. Like, my skin don't play that. Like, when it's that time of the month, breakouts. You getting on my nerve, now I'm breaking out. Like, you look at me too long, I'm gonna start breaking out. Like, what a good detox mask does is that, you know, it penetrates deep into your skin, pulls everything out from the root. So this mask has been helping me to just keep my breakouts at bay. I've noticed this every time I put it on. At first it is a little bit tingly. You know, that could be like the natural ingredients inside of the product. It's doing its thing. It's doing its thing. The same way we have to protect our hair, ladies, we do have to protect our skin. And this product is not tested on animals. Hence the panda ears. And it's made with matcha, lemongrass, and clay. Yeah, I'm gonna allow this mask to dry and we'll be right back with the rest of the video. So the mask is a really good step 1. Gets my face nice and clean, nice and soft, nice and glowy, and ready for all the other shit I'm gonna put on top. Witch Hazel. Now you can go in with a moisturizer or an oil. My oil is my youth juice. She look a little jacked, but that's what I use. Pamper yourself. Take this time to really love yourself. Check out their website, teamiblends.com. All the information will be in the description box. Girl, I have a coupon code for you. So if you spend $29 or more and you enter in my coupon code ELOHO25, you will get 25% off your whole order. We about saving coins this year, okay? Let's get into this story time. Let's get into this beat, y'all. I'm gonna be showing y'all how I do my face on an everyday basis. This is not the full out cut, crease. I have those coming next month. I will be doing my makeup tutorials where we gonna get in depth in the face and we gonna be cut, creasing and all of that stuff. For now, I'm just gonna show you guys how to look flawless, popping, highlight on fleek, complexion, wear that though. You got on makeup or not? Because your face is beat. That's what we gonna get into today. So I joined a modeling school when I was 14, and you know, from there, from 14 to like 16, I started modeling. It was something that people always suggested that I do because I was just always tall and skinny. Okay, like, you're tall, you're skinny, you should model. You know, that was the story of my life. Wherever I went, you're so skinny, you should model. Okay, I don't know if that's a compliment or not, but hey, I'll take it. So my mom really supported me. She saw my love for modeling, and she put me in modeling school, and I did that, and you know, they really helped me with my confidence. But I do low-key, high-key feel like it's kind of scamish. Like, they didn't give me jobs, they didn't really do what they kind of promised as far as like, oh, we'll get you the exposure and you'll be like this new star. No, I use 2 primers. Okay, I love this Makeup Forever primer. I'm almost always gonna recommend you this primer, and this is for someone who has oilier skin. They have another one for people who have drier skin. Now, contrary to popular belief, you don't need a ton of primer, guys, and your primer doesn't have to go all over your face. You can just use it on problem areas. So I use my oil control primer where I need oil control, and it's always gonna be right here. She get oily right there, right there, right there, right there, and right there. If you have Nigerian parents, you already know nothing comes before education. I don't care if it's $1 million. Nothing comes before education. So my mom was kind of like, all right, you know, we're gonna like slow this down a little bit because you gotta focus in school. Once I turn 18, it's like, okay, boom, you know, you're enrolled in college, you know, you have a little bit more time, you're an adult now, you can travel by yourself. Yes, I wasn't traveling by myself until I was 18. Don't come for me. No, I was going to school, but I wasn't like traveling, you know what I mean? Anyways, so now I'm using this Makeup Forever primer. It's the orange one, and this one is really good if you have quote unquote DK hyperpigmentation. It's not a super big deal. Like, to me, let me say to me, because you know, it's not a super big deal. It's not end all be all. Like, girl, just color correct and you will be okay. Okay, so I put this around my little fake mustache or whatever, you know, and it color corrects. As you can see, it already looks like really good. So throughout my whole modeling career, I was always what you call a freelance model. I was never signed to a modeling agency. And though that sounds like, oh, that's not credible, like to be a model, a supermodel, you have to be signed, I was so much better off not signed, because at one point I was signed to what you will call a mother agency. And that's kind of like, you know, it's kind of like, oh, you know, you have potential, you're a startup, you're really good, and we can get you work, but you're not ready for the big boys. You're not ready for like the big agencies. I'm like, bitch, what? Like, I'm ready for whatever. Like, but anyways, I was signed to a mother agency at one point, and I did have a couple of managers at one point, but to be honest, nobody managed me like me. Nobody was going hard for me like I was. Like, when I tell you every day, like I would go to models.com, print out the casting calls, print out the call sheets, and I was there every day. I had my portfolio, I had my book, I had my look together, clean, cute cut, all black on, natural hair, you know, and my book and my confidence, and I could sell myself. Like, I was just ready all the time. Obviously, race plays a big role in, you know, fashion. You know, the face of fashion, you know, it's usually going to be a white woman. You know what I mean? And it's not just white American. She could be white, whatever, but white is usually the face of fashion. And the fashion industry has a long-standing history of just being completely racist. You would have just thought there was just no black people in the world if you just focused on the fashion industry. And then they started letting in Africans. They started to fetishize Africans, and they're like, oh my God, these women are just tall, and oh just Jesus, their skin is so black, you know. When my head was shaved, those was like the best days of my life. Like, I was so free, it was amazing. But anyway, so my foundation for this video is going to be the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop Full Coverage Foundation. Boom, I like that. This girl is popping. If you have not tried this foundation, please try this foundation. This is not sponsored, by the way. NYX did not sponsor me. You know, we're gonna try to get a NYX sponsorship up and popping. This is a $15 foundation, and I was just kind of like, dang, like really, like it's like certain things you don't expect to pay certain amounts for. And I was like, really, like you couldn't give us a little $10 foundation, like fitting. I'm like, you know what, let me get it. Like I haven't ever spent like $50 on a foundation before. This is an oldie but goodie, the color corrector from LA Pro. Yeah, I was always pretty much managing myself, and I was good with that. I was always working with top models. Like I was always working with the models who were signed to big agencies, models who were doing this for a while, and also some new models, but they were still signed, you know. And they would ask me like, hey, you know, who are you with? Girl, I'm with myself. Like, what do you mean? Like, I'm not signed. Why aren't you signed? You're so dope. Why aren't you signed? You know, the same way you guys be like, how do you not have 1 million subscribers? Or how do you not you should be bigger and this and that, you know. Kind of, that was kind of the same vibe. Like, what? Like, you're the best walker. And I think y'all know, maybe y'all don't know at this point, I try not to toot my own horn. You know, sometimes YouTube and Instagram, it could be very self-righteous, but in person, I don't toot my own horn. I really don't. Like, if I meet you in person and you do not follow me on any social medias, like, you would think I'm just the coolest, most regularist girl ever, because that's what I am. I don't toot my own horn. And then my friends will be like, do you even know, like, she da-da-da-da? And I'm like, no, like, you don't have to do that. You don't have to say that. It's okay. Because it's the full package with modeling. Like, you have to have the personality, especially when you're a black model. You have to have and maybe that's why I became a unicorn. Well, I've always kind of been a unicorn, but when I started modeling, it's like you have to have the most happy, jolly, oh my God, like highs, you know, personality ever. You know, you don't have to be like a dumb blonde, but you definitely can't go in there with no attitude or no, you know, you can't even go there really just like nonchalant. Like, you have to sell yourself. So yeah, they'll be like, yo, you have the best personality. You're so nice. You know, you have the best walk. Like, how are you not signed? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, you know, y'all don't have to pity me, because at the end of the day, like, I'm here too. Like, so I didn't like pity from other models, especially white models. I didn't like pity from other models. I'm like, it's all good, girl. But at the end of the day, you getting paid the same amount I'm getting paid. We walking in the same shows. The same designers know us. The same makeup artists. You know, same hairstylists. Everything. So it's like, you don't gotta be sad for me. I'm good. Getting booked, getting work, etc. And I bumped into a lot of problems. You know, the same problems a lot of dark skin models have faced during that time was that a lot of the makeup artists did not know how to do our makeup. They didn't know how to do our hair. You know, you had to have your own makeup bag. As a dark skin model, you had to bring your own makeup, because 10 times out of 10, the makeup artist does not have your shade. 10 times out of 10, he or she does not know what she's doing. Foundation shade is Cocoa. This is amazing. Let me get up in here so y'all can see what the fuck is going on. Most of the time, I am trying to give a little bit of depth, so I use the Born This Way in Chestnut or the Fenty. I actually have to get a new one. This is like done. Shade 420. I'm using my LA Girl Pro Concealer. Yeah, you know, a lot of the makeup artists, whatever shades that they had, I don't know where they got them from. First of all, the jump was crazy. It would go from like someone who's caramel to someone who's like 2 shades darker than me. And then they would put the darkest one on me and it would be so red and sometimes so dark. And I'm just like, oh, okay. That was also during a time where a lot of makeup brands just didn't make a lot of shades. Now we have so many brands that make so many shades. I think one of the brands came out with 100 shades. Yeah, never. Like, you know where that stemmed from? That stemmed from dark skinned people, black people speaking up and saying, why don't y'all make products for us? So a lot of times people like to say we complain, but you see where the complaints get us. Once I realized these quote unquote pro makeup artists didn't know what the heck they was doing, that's when I was like, all right, I gotta learn how to do my own makeup. So I learned how to do my own makeup. The other models were like, yo, like, can you do my makeup? Like, what's good? And I'm like, all right, I got you. Because y'all not gonna have us on stage looking crazy. Or a lot of times you'll be like, oh, you're just so naturally beautiful, which is like obvious, but this is the look for the show. So I know I'm naturally beautiful, but that doesn't mean that I shouldn't have the look for the show just because you aren't capable. Like, I'm gonna use Born This Way on top.
Sugar, high, everything nice. Sugar, high, everything nice. Sugar, high, everything.
My sister was like, you need to become a makeup artist because you know what you're doing. Like, you need to become a makeup artist. And I was fighting it. I'm like, nah, I'm a model. You know, it's just too much work to become a makeup artist. I gotta carry all of this makeup around. Like, that was my biggest thing. I was just like, I don't want to carry all of that makeup around. And I'm just like, nah, I'm good with modeling. But the more I modeled, the more I fell in love with makeup. And then I discovered beauty bloggers on YouTube, and there was this one girl. It's so crazy because I always think about her and I'd be like, dang, I wonder who, I wish I could remember who she was. I wish I could remember her name. She's probably not doing YouTube anymore, but there was this one girl on YouTube. She wasn't my complexion. She was a black girl, but she was a little bit lighter than me, but she finesse, like she was popping. And this was around the time where you couldn't find a lot of black influencers doing makeup and giving tips. This was like before, you know what I mean? And I'm just like, yo, this girl helped me out. Like, she put me on, and she would say, you know, even if you're darker, you could use this. If you're darker, use this. I just got my whole life. Then I discovered Jackie Aina. When I discovered Jackie Aina, her name wasn't Jackie Aina on YouTube. I have bad memory, y'all. Her name wasn't Jackie Aina on YouTube. It was Pumpkin. I want to say Pumpkin something. I don't know. But it was not Jackie Aina when I started binge. When I say binge, at that point, I got the foundation and I got the complexion popping. I needed to learn eyeshadow, and Jackie's eyeshadow's always popping. So I binged. I watched every single Jackie Aina video, and you know, that really helped me with my eyeshadow game. But it's like, you have to practice if you want to be a makeup artist, not just like someone who knows how to do makeup on themselves. You have to practice. So I will call my friends, my light-skinned friends, my dark-skinned friends, my white friends. I will call everybody. Let me practice. Let me practice on you. Let me do your eyeshadow. Let me do your brows. Let me practice. So I always practice on people who were not just me. I really like this brush because it helps to buff everything out. Okay, my oldie but goodie Sacha Buttercup. I don't know if some of you guys recognize me. I used to do the little funny makeup skits on Instagram. You don't bake at home when that sun hits you? I give you guys the right to contour in any weather because, like, does Batman go outside without his bat wings? No. So this is the summertime natural, no makeup because it's too hot for makeup, but just a little bit of makeup. That's me. I got hired at 2 Sephoras around the same time. The Sephora in Brooklyn hired me, and the Sephora in Manhattan hired me. But the Sephora in Brooklyn was hiring me as a cashier, and the Sephora in Manhattan hired me as a makeup artist. So obviously I'm here to be a makeup artist. I'm good. I'm gonna take this offer in the city. Plus I was making more money. Black opal powder, y'all. I live by these powders. I could do a whole video on powders alone. Like, these powders, the black opal powders are so popping. And when you gotta do that, sis, just buy a new one. I don't know how the word got out. Oh, I know how the word got out. One of my managers, he was like, you look really familiar. And I had just finished filming like 2 seasons of Project Runway. And I'm like, you know, I'm trying to play nonchalant. Like I said, I don't like to, it's not even bragging thing. I just don't really like to talk because I don't know. It's weird. Like, you know, trying to play dumb. Like, oh, I don't know where you could have seen me. And he's like, no, you really look familiar. And I was like, well, I modeled. And he was like, were you on Project Runway? And I'm like, yeah. He was like, oh my God. So he ran and told the whole store, like, oh my God, I'm gonna hire this girl. She's a model. She's been on TV. She's been here. Da, 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 da. And I'm just like, all right, one of the reasons why I don't like talking about that is because people automatically assume that because you're a model that you're probably dumb as shit, that you're like really self-centered. Oh, you're full of yourself. You think you're better than everybody. Oh, you think you're prettier than everybody. Oh my God, you're probably stuck up, bougie, ga. People just think that about me in general anyways, but then you add the model on top of it. It's like, oh, okay, she probably got a bad attitude. And it's like, give me a chance. Like, I'm nice as shit. I'm gonna go in with the CoverGirl Full Spectrum Powder. I like to use this as like a subtle contour, just subtle. I want to try the Fenty bronzer, so the next time we do makeup on camera, we'll definitely you know, use the Fenty bronzer. You done told the whole store, and you got certain people that's like, okay, they just want to be nice to you because you know, got access to TV or whatever. And then you got some people that don't like you because they just assume that, oh, you think you the shit just because you're a model. So nobody, y'all, nobody in the makeup artist section, I'm lying, one person, her name was Amber, her name is Amber. Amber was the only artist that got to know me. Like, I kid you not, I think I did a story time on this before, I'll do another one. But all of them girls at Sephora did not like me when I first got there. And I'm just like, okay. And, you know, I'll give y'all the tea on one of the reasons why they didn't like me. But they did not like me. Like, I would literally come over, like this one girl. Mind you, I'm like pretty new to being a makeup artist, right? And this is my first professional job being a makeup artist. You know, I'm testing everything out. I'm seeing what product works for me, etc., etc. And this one girl, she just used to always come up to me and be like, what foundation you wearing? No hi, no good morning, no hi, what's your name? Oh, nice to meet you. Okay, you know, I'm such and such. You know, welcome to Sephora. This is what we do here. No, just, what foundation you got on? See, my mama prepared me for people like you and for times like this, so I know how to handle you, you know what I mean? So, you know, cool, calm, collected. I would tell her which foundation I had on and she'll be like, oh, okay, and walk away. I can't make this. Yo, I used to get so mad. Like, I would come home and tell my sisters, I'm like, yo, this girl got one more time to walk up to me and ask me. Dang, like, her artistry is popping, but her attitude sucks. Like, it ain't even that it was sucked. It's just like you clearly just trying to just be mean to me for no reason. Like, if my makeup look crazy, tell me. Like, I said, hey girl, said hi to her, whatever. She didn't say nothing to me, and I said, hey, good morning, and she was like, oh, good morning. I'm like, she asked me again, she was like, oh, so she didn't ask me about my foundation, but she asked me something like, oh, what did you use? What primer do you use? Like, she was just like, and she will be in your face. She's like, what primer do you use? And I told her what primer I use, and she was like, oh, okay. And she walked away, and I said, is that a good primer? And she was like, what? I said, is it a good primer? Like, is it a bad primer? Is it a good primer? She was like, it's okay, but, you know, your eyes is creasing a little bit. That's why I asked you. And I'm like, oh, well, you know, next time, like, you could let me know, like, what primer I should use if you feel like my makeup is not up to par or you have any tips. Like, feel free to let me know. So she's like, oh, okay. So I'm like, so what primer do you recommend? So that's when she took me, you know, she was like, you could use this one because this one is 24 hours. You know, it works all day. It's good. You know, when you lay down the primer, wait 1 minute and then you go, you know, blend it and everything is going to be popping. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So what else do you suggest, right? So now I flipped the script now. Instead of you thinking you're going to play me, you the best makeup artist in the store, I'm going to pick your brain and everything that you're telling me, I'm going to be using this eyeshadow as a blush. Then for the first time, I started working late hours. So I'm working late hours and then you get to see the overnight team. So I'm like, oh, this is where all the black people is at. Like, the black people work overnight. Oh, okay. Well, the black man. But this one dude, Quincy. This dude Quincy, I guess he was like king of the store, right? Tall. I guess that's all you need to be, really. So I'm taking my selfies because I really didn't care. Even though they knew I was a model and they felt like I was bougie, I'm not gonna dumb down who I am or my personality. Like, I still took my selfies at the end of the day. You know, my makeup was popping, I'm taking my selfies or whatever. So I'm taking my selfies. He jumps in the back. I didn't even notice he jumped in the back. Mind you, all eyes is on me and him, like, in that moment. So he comes over, he's like, you ain't see me in the back? And I looked, I'm like, you violated. He's like, my bad, nice to meet you, what's your name? I'm like, I'm Eloho. He's like, oh, nice to meet you. So you're the supermodel that everybody's always talking about. So I'm like, I guess. He's like, I'm working here for a minute. If you need help with any products or you know, have questions about where anything is or anything about the store, the company, you know, you can always come to me, ask me, let me know. I'll do my best to help you out. So I'm like, thank you. Like, I swear. And this was like a month in. Like, that was the warmest greeting that I got since I've been working. Like, finally, somebody's a little bit nice to me. When I look back on it, though, like months later, I realized, like, yeah, y'all was all staring me down when he was talking to me. All the girls were staring me down. It was like the store stopped. All eyes on me and him. And I'm just like, okay, what's going on here? All right. Don't know, don't care. My brows, I use the Makeup Forever. You would have thought, like, I really love Makeup Forever. I use the Makeup Forever Aqua Brow. I do like my brows pretty dark. This spoolie is from Benefit Cosmetics. It's popping. They sent me a PR package. I actually never filmed it, so I'll use it now. So then I realized the attitudes went up 1,000. I'm like, oh, that must be somebody's man. I don't want your man, girl. Let me put eyeshadow primer on first. I have our separate Sephora story time on another day, because that's a lot of tea, honey, okay? But yeah, it took a minute for everybody to gravitate towards me. Like, I wasn't fiending for none of them to gravitate towards me, so I was just clocking in, doing my job, and clocking out. Like, I don't care. Y'all girls don't have to talk to me. It is what it is. Like, so I wasn't really doing anything to make anybody gravitate towards me. But what happened was I made a friend in skincare, Linda. And once she gravitated towards me, everybody else was like, oh, okay, she must be cool. She must be cool. And finally started to get to know me and like, oh, yeah, you're cool, whatever. I'm like, listen. And I told all of them about themselves too. All of them. I was like, listen, nah, because y'all really was not what happened. I'm a sis too. What happened? But yeah, I told all of them about themselves. But it was just really weird and awkward in the beginning. But anyways, so, you know, I was getting a lot of training at Sephora. That's one thing I can say. Sephora trains the hell out of you. Like, you will leave your shift with so much knowledge about product. You know, as soon as you clock in, you get product knowledge. They have brand representatives there that's giving you product knowledge. So you're always learning. And I felt like, dang, like, I'm learning so much information. There's so many other people out there who don't know this information that, you know, they need to know. So that's when I started my Instagram, and I was like, you know what, let me use my Instagram to just share product knowledge. You know what I mean? Especially with Black women, because we're the ones who are usually neglected when it comes to products and representation in beauty. So I'm like, listen, y'all need to use this. You need to use this. You need to use this. And that's how I pretty much grew my following on Instagram. Then I started doing the kind of like makeup comedic videos. So I did the MAC versus Sephora video. Hi, are you doing okay? Do you need any help today? I gotta get my nails done today. They look horrible. Hi, you need help with something? Yeah, let me put this down. No, I'm not too busy. Let me put this down. I'll assist you. You need help? Her right there. Okay, so this one is empty. Let me just go check in the back and see if we have more testers. You want a sample of this? It's empty. There's no more left. Oh my god, you're so pretty. I love the way you did your eye makeup. Her face not beat. She don't got no makeup on. I don't want to help her. Nah. Would you like it really natural and glowy? Or do you want something really beat? Because I can do it all, honey. But it's what you want. You want to get your makeup done today? Okay, cool. You want a drag beat or not? Yeah, you have questions about this product? Sure, shoot. Money, buy. Coin, are you going to spend it? That's me. Like, I couldn't go nowhere without somebody being like, you did the MAC versus Sephora video. You did the MAC versus Sephora video. And I'm like, that's me. So that was cool. You know, I had a lot of MAC girls upset, but I mean, you know, Estee Lauder owns MAC. After that, Estee Lauder rolled out the red carpet for me. Sephora never did shit for me, like, but Estee Lauder rolled out the red carpet for me. They invited me to events. You know, they wanted me to try products for them. Sephora never even really said thank you for even doing the video. Like, I heard they was trying to fire me. At that point, I already quit. But I heard they was trying to like see if I still work there to file a lawsuit or whatever. So I'm using my MAC Prolong-wear concealer NC45. I'm also going to use the LA Girl for my brows. I'll show you how I use 2 concealers. This is just when I'm being extra. You don't have to do this. But yeah, so I was pretty much, you know, just doing my beauty blogger thing, beauty influencer thing. And that's pretty much why you guys always see me, like, you know, my makeup is done and everything, because I started off as a beauty influencer. And then after I started talking about blackfishing, I was like, nah, like, y'all gonna put some respect on me. Like, y'all gonna put more respect on this. And, you know, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna use my YouTube to just talk about the things that I want to talk about, because I just felt like people were just so, and I get it. Like, everybody wants to look nice. Everybody wants to look poppin'. You know, makeup tutorials, they're necessary. But it's like, at the same time, like, we can't just, you know, we can't just contour our way around real life issues that Black people face every single day, that Black influencers face, you know what I mean? And I feel like Jackie Aina was definitely a great pioneer for that, like speaking out for darker skinned Black influencers, and she still does that to this day. Darker concealer at the end of my brow and a lighter concealer at the front of my brow, and then I kind of just press and blend them all together. But like I said, this is optional. You don't have to do this. It's not a must, and I don't do this every single day. But yeah, I think it, you know, this sector of YouTube is very important. It's important to talk about issues that matter, you know. And because they don't matter to you, it doesn't mean it doesn't matter to someone else. Like, there's so many people that like to come on here and say, oh, you're always talking about race and you're always talking about skin color, but you don't know the amount of Black girls that slide into my DM saying, thank you, I appreciate you, I needed this. So I'm not gonna let nobody stop me. Like, if you don't want to hear about these topics, you're on a pro-Black channel. If you don't want to hear about pro-Blackness, then you should not subscribe. I do not want anybody to subscribe that wants me to, that doesn't like my content, that wants me to, oh, you talking too much about Blackness and Black pride. This is not it for you. This is not it. And I'm not going to change because of you. If you don't like it, then you don't belong here, period. There are so many other content creators out there that I'm sure you will find what exactly it is you're looking for, you know. Do take a brown pencil and I just blend in the front of my brow because I don't want it like too dark at the front. Take my spoolie, brush the front up, and brush everything else over. Yeah, y'all see that? I should have been this close the whole time. I haven't filmed a beauty tutorial in so long. But yeah, guys, that's how I ended here. That's pretty much my journey in a nutshell. From the runways, from in front of the camera to behind the camera to back in front of the camera. Oh, look at life. Life is really a journey. My dream when I was modeling, like, it was like I wanted to be internationally known for being a supermodel. And you know, I just thank God that his plan was greater than mine, and his plan was for me to be an internationally known role model. And that's amazing. Like, I worked so hard, like so hard, guys. Like, you know, I don't want y'all to think that because my platform is growing so quickly, you know that these things happen overnight. This is not overnight for me, y'all. Like, I had to go through the fire. I had to endure the pain in order to tell y'all that I'm an overcomer, in order to tell y'all that you too can be an overcomer. I had to go through the struggles, you know. It was days where I cried. So what you guys are actually witnessing is the manifestation of God's promise to me and to my life. You know, this is something that's been spoken over me from when I was 14, 15 years old. God made promises to me and I didn't see it at the time, and I just felt like, you know what, maybe God forgot about me, you know, maybe I just need to throw in a towel and give it up. Cue the music.
I don't wanna die for them to miss me, outlive me. They gon' tell the story, it was different with me. God's plan.
Whew, y'all know I'm a Pisces. I don't want to be up here crying. This is not supposed to be a crying video. But nah, y'all know I like to keep it real with y'all. Y'all know I come through with the looks, the tea, and the facts. So, but I do come through with the tears sometimes. I like to pull the front this way to just blend out the product as well. This is Deep Cool, and then the powder that I use as like a all over face powder is Deep Cool 2. So Deep Cool 4, Deep Cool 2. Take a little bit of this and kind of just dust the baking powder away. And then I press the under eye powder in. I don't dust it, I pressed it off. Favorite setting spray in the whole wide world is the Smashbox Primer Water. If you're not wet, he's not doing it right. Use my Chestnut lip liner from MAC. So if I'm doing like a pinky rose-ish blush, I'll do like a pinky eyeshadow. But yeah, for the most part, for my just like everyday, I'll put literally one shade on my eyes. Like when I do not have time, you're either gonna get a neutral shade or orange. Once again, cat eyes is if I got time. I'm gonna put a cat eye on. I'm going out. And I'll be right back. Yeah, I'm gonna take my horse to the old town road. I'm gonna okay. As much highlight as I use and as robotic that I love to look, facts, right? I've never finished an entire Jesus. I'm not ready, 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 I'm not ready. Sorry, if I'm gonna put on a highlight, it's gonna blind your ass, and that's just that. There are the occasions where I don't need to blind, but they're few and far in between. Girl. Yes, bitch, yes, she's ready. Thank you guys for watching this video. I will try my best to edit it, but this feels like it's gonna be a little lengthy. It's a little lengthy. So if you made it this far and you've seen the final beat and you've endured the story time, I appreciate you. You are appreciated. You're a top-notch unicorn, okay? You loyal. You faithful, okay? God's gonna bless you, okay? As per usual, I will have everything that you need to know in the description box, okay? So make sure you check that out. Subscribe to my channel and I will see you at the next one. Bye.